Easily entertained, like a book club, but for people with short attention spans.
Strap in, ladies.
There's gonna be spoilers. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. You always laugh at me when I say it.
It's because you hype yourself up.
I
like you.
I gotta get in the space. Well, truly. Well, this is Easily Entertained. I'm Sam.
I'm Grae.
And I'm Sammi.
And this month we're talking about what happened to Monday.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's your question.
Honestly, what happened to Sam? That's what I want to know. What happened to me while I was watching this? Because I didn't have a good time.
Whoa!
Not at all, though.
Whoa! I'm disappointed.
Oh, sorry.
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I literally, 30 minutes in was like, how long have I been watching
Are you
this?
freaking kidding
I feel
me?
like Sam looked at this movie differently than we did.
I did.
Whoa.
Maybe.
It's like how she looked at Christmas with the Cranks
I'm
differently
shook.
than we did, you know?
Yeah. First off, this has been on my Netflix queue for probably a year. Since the beginning of this panorama. So I'm really excited that we finally watched it. So I was excited from the start. So maybe that influenced my watching experience.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. There were parts that I liked. The premise was bothersome to me.
I mean, it's definitely bothersome, but I like dystopian,
Yeah.
dark movies like that. So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that. I'm not trying to...
I don't want it to happen in real life.
I mean, do we want to give a little synopsis on what happened on Monday?
Yeah. By the way, it is Monday, so...
Oh,
No, my
it
God.
is?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Mondays.
Do you want to give the synopsis since you enjoyed it?
Sure. Okay, so we're living in a world where climate change and, I mean, it's like our world. We're destroying our planet, so kind of goes along with what's happening right now. And we're destroying it so much, and there's so many people on the planet. There's 10 billion people on the planet? Yes, unmanageable. So there's no food in the grocery stores. We're ruining our natural resources. We're still using fossil fuel. What the heck? Get yourself a Tesla, okay? Or an electric car. We can't be doing this anymore.
Yeah, maybe nothing associated with Elon Musk.
Get yourself a pluggable car, okay? This is a PSA. Thank you very much. Anywho, so I have it in my notes. They start making genetically modified food a thing, we already have that, but they really ramp it up. And the side effect to that is that women who get pregnant are getting pregnant with multiples. So at least 2 up to 10.
Can I really quickly say,
yes?
I did not know that happened in this movie.
What do you mean?
It was in the very beginning, literally,
it was
the
one
first
line.
3 minutes of this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that, you probably missed it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was probably looking down. But I'm glad to know this. Okay,
Yes,
continue.
so, yes.
You're learning.
The genetically modified food was causing multiples or birth defects.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yes, so literally the solution to the problem is causing another problem because it's creating more people, and that's what they're trying to avoid.
Sorry. Sammi was very confused as to why this woman just naturally had 7
children. She just went with it.
They're like, why is everybody having twins? What's going on?
I was just 7, sure. That's fine.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Okay,
This is why we do these enough for our own
I
selves.
was gonna say, if you look down, you miss
You do, yeah.
When can you miss it?
the whole backstory.
Especially the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So, basically, they created this one-child allocation act where you were only allowed to have one child, and the siblings would be put into cryo-sleep, and that was it. So, the story follows these 7 multiples and they're born, and their mom dies at birth, and their grandpa takes them in and names them for the day of the week, and he trains them to only be able to go out on their day of the week. So Monday gets to go out on Monday, Tuesday gets to go out on Tuesday, and they all have to live their life as this one person named
Karen Setman.
Yes, so they're all Karen. They're all a Karen.
Ugh.
But they're a cool Karen.
Well,
Some of them.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. It's an interesting one. So Monday goes missing.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened to Monday?
What happened to Monday?
Yeah.
I was expecting this movie to be more like kind of mystery-like, where they're like going out and investigating.
That was what I thought this movie would be.
Yeah.
And then when it started, happening,
It's like,
I was like,
Yeah, kind of a left turn for sure.
yeah.
So I think I want to talk about the whole overpopulation thing, because I think this is fully why I didn't like this movie, because it's based on Malthusian theory. So Malthus, I know. I already
Educate us.
Grae and I just looked at each other. We know it's coming.
That's
Soapbox. Just kidding.
No, but
I love your soapbox.
Thank you. So Malthus was an economist from the early 19th century, where he talked about how overpopulation will diminish resources, and that there was like a point of no return, essentially. Within the last 200 years, we found that that's not necessarily the case, and a lot of the issue is with forced obsolescence and different, like, basically they're saying that things are diminishing, things aren't being taken care of, but it's really the market. It's really a certain form of economics that may or may not be ruining the planet currently. So anyway, a lot of people use Malthusian theory to push eugenics in the early 19th century. So a lot of people of color, a lot of disabled people, a lot of people with not the right characteristics were kind of forcibly sterilized, or forcibly, like, their children were taken away or murdered in the case of, World War II. So that's why I'm like, we learned that this isn't going to work.
Can I just say, that whole explanation that Sam just gave, she was looking at Grae and not at me, like she knew. Just like... She was like, Sammy's not gonna...
No, literally, Sammy had, like, elevator music going on while I was saying it. And
I can't.
I told her about it yesterday, and she still didn't. And that's why I was actually looking at Grae. But it's fine.
I'm gonna be honest, did not hear a word you said. It's okay, though.
I heard you. I listened.
But,
I was educated. Thank you.
If you like musicals, then you would know a little bit about it from Urinetown, the musical, which we did in high school. So that might be part of the reason why I know about it. But also, Urinetown fully prepared me for this movie, because I called every single twist that was in it.
Really?
As I was watching it.
Proud of you.
As you were watching? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like
from the beginning you knew what was going to happen at the end? Or you could tell along the way?
So the second that the cryo chambers came in, I was like, oh, they're Urinetown, right? Spoilers for Urinetown. People who don't use the water correctly get taken to Urinetown, but Urinetown, they just get pushed off a building, right? So I saw those cryo chambers, and I was like, they're getting burned alive. I knew it. Spoilers.
No, I really thought that they were just being frozen.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see how people were okay with the being frozen part. Like, they're very shocked that they're getting burned up in there. Like,
my other clue to that was they were quote unquote worried about resources. Why would they use that much power to freeze a bunch of babies? It's not going to happen.
True.
You thought a lot into this. I let it take me for a ride.
Yeah, I was trying not to think. I was like, what is this guy? I'm right there with you.
I feel like my education has ruined movies for me. I'm just always like, what can I learn from
thinking?
this?
I'm just going to watch.
Yeah.
Because I love a good jaw drop moment, and I did get that in this movie.
Oh my god.
Apparently Sam did not.
No.
Okay.
But I did, and I loved it. Anywho.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a good time. Like there were parts
you?
that I enjoyed.
I don't think you did.
didn't. What did you enjoy?
What was your favorite part of this
My
movie?
favorite part of this movie?
Exactly.
Oh
That's
my
okay.
God.
You don't
That's
have to
okay.
think
No,
that.
I liked Wednesday. I liked every
Who
part.
the hell is
She was
that?
the like, badass fighter.
She was the one who went out on Wednesday.
She jumped from.
she confronted Jerry, and then she like
The prick.
she
With the red hair.
No.
no.
She had the
that's
short,
what she
short
wanted.
hair.
She
Short
had
black. No, well, like the bobby length short black.
Wait, so
She
after
jumped from building to building, but then
Oh,
Yeah.
that was.
but here's the thing. I didn't bring my notes today.
That's I
But
wrote that down.
I literally wrote like, "Oh, Wednesday is committed to surviving"
Oh,
right before
yeah.
she jumped to a building. So it's let's kind of.
Should we-
Can I
Yeah.
say
Yes.
that's one of my gripes with this movie, and I did mention this earlier, is that I wish there was more time to develop the characters so we could remember them, because they're all played by, what's her name?
Numi Rapace.
Yes.
She's a Swedish actress.
And can I say
The baddest
she's-
bitch.
I was
Oh my
going to
God.
say yes, but she's also one of the like most beautiful people
Oh
I've
my
ever
God, yeah.
freaking seen in my life. She's the most unique face.
Yeah.
She's like
Gorgeous.
literally
abs for
drop
days,
dead.
dude.
And she looks good in like all these
Yeah.
different characters, like
Yeah.
different hairstyles,
Mhm.
different, little movements, personalities, and she killed all of them and
She
looked
did.
like a freaking goddess.
She was gorgeous. Also, like for me saying that I didn't really like this movie, I really liked like Numi Rapace's characterizations of
Yeah.
each of the different
Yeah.
days. Like she really siblings, whatever.
Yeah.
She really like they felt different.
It,
Like,
yeah,
it
it
was
was like
her.
different
Really did,
characters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was like
I agree.
dystopian nutty professor. That's stupid.
But I just wish we could have had more time in the beginning to see all of them, because some of them I think got lost,
Dude.
and I would be confused
Yeah.
as to who
Yeah.
was who
Other
sometimes.
than Monday.
I was gonna say
Even Mondays.
No,
It's like, who's who?
I agree. They really spent a lot of time on Wednesday. They really did, which
Yeah.
like great for her. You know.
I don't
but-
even know who Wednesday. Like, I'm still confused as to who Wednesday
Yeah.
is, which is bad.
She had like
Quite a
a
few
bob,
fight
and
scenes.
she
Yeah.
went out and confronted Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
She was the one who I think really like kind of set things
Yeah.
off. You know what I
agree,
mean?
Yeah.
So yes, the siblings. There's Monday through Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Correct.
I wanted to ask you while I was watching this. I was like, ooh, it'd be fun to ask if like you associated yourself with any of the siblings, and that was before like
Can't wait to
shit
hear.
went down. Like it was
Yeah.
before, because I was like, I really resonated with one character, and then something happened, and I was like, oh,
Who
You
was
can
it?
associate with
Yes.
her without that part.
yeah.
You know.
Well, are you?
We're not
Nobody's
shocked.
shocked. Nobody's shocked. I resonated with Friday.
Okay, computers.
Yes.
Computers
Okay.
and the beanie, right? That's, I just
see that.
yeah. She's
And
kind of shy
And
and like
something happened.
yeah. Well,
Do we not wanna talk
she
about
she
that?
martyred
Get there.
herself.
Okay. Or
Oh,
we
yes.
won't get there. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's
See,
a little.
but I feel like I'm not saying you would martyr yourself, but you're so kind-hearted.
That's true.
that you,
You're right.
like, I'm not saying you would do that, but that
Well,
might cross your mind
I
if
could
we were
see
in that
that.
situation.
Dude, I could.
I don't want you to do that.
Oh yeah, follow us down the fire escape. No, don't like go back into the house.
But she did send all that information,
Yeah,
so
that's
she's
kinda-
badass. She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. I mean, not the martyrdom. I don't want you to do that.
Oh
'Cause
gosh.
she's a beautiful soul.
yeah.
Just, oh.
Just like you.
Oh my god.
Friendship.
Oh my god.
So, do you guys have
Yo,
Who's yours?
Wednesday for
Mhm.
sure.
Okay, yes, I see it.
Yeah, I would fight. I'd try to
I
jump across that building.
Would
Would
love
I?
to see that.
Really?
You fighting
Really?
physically.
Oh, well, I'd like to think I'd be able to.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty fit.
Yeah.
Be able to do some like
Yeah, you are.
kicks and stuff. I don't know. I kind of fast forwarded a lot through her one fight scene, so like I didn't really. But
I can't wait
could
to
just-
get there though, because I really enjoyed.
Yeah, she didn't
that
take any
part.
shit either, which I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, that's another part I liked actually. It was, I mean, I said that I liked her fight scene, but a part in the, we'll talk about it.
Well, I feel like it's no surprise. I resonated with Saturday. That's who I'd want to be. Don't gotta go to work.
I was thinking that, like Saturday and Sunday
That's
were
lucky.
so lucky.
It's not fair.
bitch,
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, she has blonde hair. That's
Yes.
who I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
She wears pink a lot.
Yeah.
I loved her style.
yeah, she parties.
Having
a good time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, who would I resonate? Yeah, Saturday. I definitely want to be Saturday.
I like Saturday.
Yeah,
she had a
she's
look.
fun.
She had
Yeah,
like.
I thought
a
she
look.
looked the cool. Like she looked the coolest out of. Yeah.
Which, like, yeah.
Like,
of all of us, Grae looks
No.
like the coolest.
Dude, Wednesday wore black all like.
Yeah. And Friday wore cardigans and beanies. I'm telling you.
Wait, maybe we should have dressed like our people. Maybe we might need to get together again and do a
Like
photo
a cosplay.
shoot. Yes! That would be so fun! Wait, we might need to do that. Okay.
That's fun.
We'll put that on
Write
the
it
books.
down. With that in mind.
Yeah, normally, we go through the plot points. I don't have my notes, so it might be a little bit more difficult.
I was
today.
gonna say, I think, because obviously we start with them being born.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, we see some of their childhood,
Yeah.
which, let me tell you, the part that I was waiting for from that TikTok.
Were you shocked?
Oh!
Were you shocked that it was in childhood?
Oh my god.
Okay.
That grossed me out so bad. I literally was sitting there like this. I was like, are they gonna show him? Are they gonna show him cut off her fingers? So I couldn't look.
So Thursday has always been the sibling that wanted the freedom. She, so they live with their grandfather, who's Willem Dafoe, which I think is very funny.
I did not know he was in this.
No,
I was
yeah.
like, I love him.
Yeah. And he's like a genius. He rigs this entire house to be able to hide them, and he teaches them how to survive as one person, even though they're 7.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I'm really quick. I know, like, obviously that's what they knew. That was the only thing they knew how to do because that's how they were raised and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's wild to me that they all were just like, yeah. I mean, like, except Thursday. But, like, they were all just like, yeah. We're all one person.
You kind of don't have a I was
Yeah,
thinking of that. I was like,
yeah.
that would suck, but you literally
don't.
have to.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you do? You want to go in the cryo chamber? Well, that's what they were fighting about in the beginning. One of them was like,
Well,
maybe
it
I
doesn't
should
seem
just
that
go
bad.
in the cryo
Yeah.
chamber.
Yeah.
Well,
So
You don't like that?
I mean, Friday kind of chambered herself, so that's fine.
oh god.
So yeah, Thursday kind of rebels and goes out
Like
on
to
a date that
skateboard.
isn't her own to go skateboard, and comes back having
A finger hanging
A finger
off.
hanging off. Okay, I put that written down. How do you go skateboarding?
And get your finger.
That's exactly what I said.
Literally hanging. The first to your first knuckle or little. It's falling off.
Yeah,
hanging
it's
there.
literally
Thing-
hanging by skin.
Dude, things like that don't really gross me out, but I was like,
It's like, what did you do? I feel like they could have maybe came up with a better accident.
Yeah,
'Cause
like-
skateboarding. I don't know.
So I was watching it with my mom, and I was like, "How did that happen?" And my mom knows that I can't deal with like hand injuries, and she goes, "Oh well, maybe she was skateboarding, right?" And she like fell on a steel fence, and I was like, "Okay, we're done. We're done. We're not doing this anymore."
What the heck?
Yeah.
But then, as our TikTok girl said, one loses a finger, they all have to lose a finger.
Mm-hmm. So Willem Dafoe like caught her, like takes a hot knife. He hot
Oh my god! Like a freaking
Like a-
shoppy thing. Like,
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah, with a big old butcher knife.
that's
And I think that's really
whose fingers did he cut off first?
Mondays.
Yeah.
And that's really emblematic of
Yeah.
that conflict between Monday and Thursday, because Monday takes on the responsibility of the rest of the family, whereas Thursday, is kind of like Monday takes on Thursday's consequences
Yeah.
in childhood, at least.
Yeah.
That would literally suck. That would suck.
It would be awful.
It's- yeah.
And we see, like, it really affected the grandfather, too. He was crying. He just wants them to be safe. He wants them all to survive. So he had to cut off 6 little girls' fingers. Another thing about the grandpa, and this isn't off, but it's killing me. So Willem Dafoe has a very specific voice, a very specific accent, if you will, and fully raised these 7 girls who have a Swedish accent.
Yeah.
They have a Swedish accent. How did that happen?
I was wondering that too, but I was like, I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just going with the flow here.
It just made me.
Yeah, it's not like they're exposed to anyone else, so
Yeah.
they would literally have his accent. I don't know. I love her accent though, so I was glad she kept it.
Yeah.
She's just she's probably a perfect person.
I mean,
Anyhow.
I don't know. I don't know her. You know what I mean? But I liked her in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So.
I've never seen that.
Swedish version.
I watched her in Prometheus.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So. Anywho, we could talk about her all day.
Honestly, yeah, this is just the Newbie Repulse Girl Crush podcast. It's fine. Yes.
So yeah, they childhood,
And then
they
all
show
of a
little
sudden,
bits.
then they're grown up.
They're
Going to work.
Yeah, they work at a bank. We see Samantha. Hold on. Can we you just looked at me and asked if they work at a bank when one of the biggest plot points in this entire movie is the fact that they work at a bank.
I don't know if I ever did they ever like say that?
They said that so many times.
Yeah, she literally says, I work at a bank, I'll pay you money.
Which is crazy. Oh, I want to talk about that
You're
because we'll get back to it.
Listen,
Put a pin in it.
Okay.
I was watching this movie at 1.5 speed, and that's what I would like to blame that on.
What? What do you mean 1.5 speed?
On the Netflix app, on your phone, you can watch it fast. That's how I did Crash Landing on You.
Yeah. So it was going a little fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. I'll have to try that.
It's fun.
It wasn't bad.
I don't think I have ADHD, but sometimes I think
wonder.
I might because
I'm pretty sure I do,
can
yeah.
pretty much only watch things in fast forward anymore.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll blame it on that. I'm sure I knew that she worked at a bank. They worked at a bank.
Yeah. So they work at a bank, and we see Sunday coming home, and she says, "What up to Eddie, the doorman?" I liked Eddie. He started out quoting Langston Hughes, and that's why Sammy doesn't like him.
I hate Langston Hughes.
But, so we see her come home and they have their end of the day debrief where they talk about everything that happened within the day, the important things, so they can keep up this ruse of being Karen Setman.
And they have these bracelets.
Yeah.
That I think everybody has these bracelets, but they can also like record things on the bracelet, so they'll record it and then show it at the end of the day to everybody, so they can all be on the same page.
Oh, and that hand thing when they just
That was cool.
That was wild.
That
Yeah,
was
they had
kinda
like a little hologram thing on their hand that they could like
an
control
interface.
their kind of like an upgraded Apple Watch smartphone.
Yeah. But the cab, which is the Child Allocation Bureau, kind of didn't remember that either.
No, I didn't know that.
They kind of run everything, and they use these bracelets to track the people that live, within the city. But I guess the grandfather all made them the same bracelet.
I was gonna say, can you not take them off? Is that like the whole thought process?
Yeah,
of
I
that?
think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, why don't they just hand them off to the?
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
So yeah,
So-
Sunday they have their little meeting.
Yeah, and they're talking about how on Monday they're supposed to be going for this big promotion. And they're eating rat meat.
Oh yeah,
Just like gross. But that's fine. And then Monday and Thursday get into a fight about how Thursday, wants to live her life basically, and she wants to, meet somebody and have a relationship and do all this stuff, but they can't because they're Karen Setman.
that would suck.
Yeah.
And they all would not like the same person. I'm like, maybe they could have one person that you'd all like, but we definitely know that's not the case.
No.
A
Yeah.
couple of them.
What on Patreon? So then I guess we just move on to Monday going in for the promotion. She has this kind of flirtation with Adrian, the guard at the gate, the cab guard, and then goes in and has an altercation with her coworker Jerry.
I hated Jerry.
That name.
Where he's like, "I'm on to you, Karen."
That's the one
I
line.
literally said men are disgusting. Jerry's the one.
That's funny.
I was fully prepared to be like, Jerry's the worst, and then Nazi guy shows up.
Right.
I don't know what his name
guy?
Yeah, I don't have my notes, but I called him Nazi guy throughout the entire thing. There's this other cab agent who's like following them. Looks like a Nazi.
Oh yeah, I said he looks like a white supremacist, so...
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
But yeah, because Jerry, like, literally one of the first things he said was, like, I thought you would sleep your way to the top. He didn't say it like that.
Yeah.
But...
No, he did.
Well,
and then he
said
said,
a different word.
turns out that you're,
Can't say that on this podcast.
No. But right then and there, I was like, disgusting.
Yeah.
Jerry.
I just wish they would have the "I'm on to you" line. I was like, I feel like I hate that for the writing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
I
was like, we could have just kept a long stare or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's my other gripe.
felt very cartoony.
Yes, I was like, ew, what is that?
Well, I think it was meant to be a red herring because you're supposed to think, oh, he knows about the siblings.
Yeah.
I feel like it was too much.
Yeah. So then Monday never comes home.
No, she does not. They can't track her on her little bracelet
Yeah,
thing.
it's turned off. So
Well, they come and get her, the cab.
no,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
See, this is where it gets confusing.
Yeah, Monday never shows up. So Tuesday's like,
Goes to work.
Tuesday
and then
goes-
they get her.
Mhm.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
never mind. I feel like I want to watch this again.
I know,
so
now
I
that you
can
know what happened.
know
I
who's
feel,
who.
yeah, I feel like we should mention that each of the siblings has a very different look. So
Oh, yeah.
they all
At their
at
home.
home they all have like different haircuts, different styles, but then
Yeah.
they kind of put on the guise of Karen Setman, where they're all wearing like a
Yeah.
low pony every day
Like a
and the
wig.
same and the
Yeah.
same earrings, like
Same lipstick.
yeah.
Yeah, so it gets
It does.
a little
yeah.
confusing when
It
they're out in the
can.
world and you're like, wait, who's this again?
Yeah.
I did like the little cards they would put in and be like, it's Monday, but I
Yeah.
feel like I would still forget.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they send Tuesday out because they're like, I guess we gotta keep going.
Gotta
Oh my
try to
gosh.
find Monday.
I was so nervous for
I know,
her.
I
Because it's
know.
like you don't know what happened to Monday. They're like, she could be dead. Like someone could have,
Yeah.
you never know. And she's just like
Yeah.
walking around in the world and you're like, does someone know?
Like
Yeah.
especially like going to work because
Yeah.
like something could have happened at work that
Absolutely.
like
And she, that is very like tense, you
It
know.
is, yeah.
And she's trying to figure out what happened on Monday.
which the way she asked her questions made me laugh though because she's asking her secretary or whatever like where did I go yesterday like find a better way girl like
but I mean that could work out because she got the promotion. We find
she
out
did yes good
at
for
the
her.
bank.
Good for
Yeah.
her. Yep.
Good for
Yeah.
her. And then she's like, where did I end up yesterday? And like the secretary's like, you went to your favorite bar, and she's like, haha, oh, like yeah, of course. Like the secretary's probably like, she got wasted.
Probably.
Yeah.
Then at the freaking bar, she asked, "Who was I with?"
Yeah.
like
So we find out that she went to her favorite bar, and
Harry's.
Jerry showed up. Yep.
Harry's.
Harry's.
See?
The bar Harry's, yeah. And Jerry showed up, and they had, like, words, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last.
that was the last time anybody saw Monday.
Mhm.
So as Tuesday's leaving the bar, she sees,
She sees a van.
an evil minivan.
It's a black van.
Yeah. That she goes to like turn the other way, and Nazi guy shows up, and he's like,
there was that white supremacist. There he was.
Nazi man shows up and is like, get in the van, you know, like
Yeah.
exactly the way that you don't want to hear it.
I was shocked at this point, like, oh, okay, this is going down. like,
yeah.
This is when things started happening that I was not expecting.
yes, because I did not expect them to get caught. Because they're
Yeah.
like, I was like, no, they don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the moment that I realized the other twist in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you mean the big twist
Like
at
the
the end?
big twist at the end.
Jeez.
The big two twist though? 'Cause there's
Oh, not that last one. That
Okay.
one was stupid.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
we-
know that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, so like
yeah, I did not like
No,
that.
that was
we'll
dumb.
get to that.
But
Yeah.
this is basically when we find out that like people know.
Yes,
There's
and I-
7 of them.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Me either. I really thought this movie was gonna be all these girls trying to find their sister.
Yeah.
Just like
Trying to
where's
like, do
Monday?
it secretly.
Yeah. Not all of them are gonna get caught.
And
Like
picked off one by one.
So that's what we see. We see Tuesday being taken to cab. They're
Yeah.
like detainment center, essentially. And there's this woman named Cayman. I don't know what her...
Nicolette.
Nicolette. I couldn't remember. It's Glenn
We
Close.
can call her Margaret.
Sure. She
Yeah,
seems like a Margaret.
Glenn Close. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, you know why I think it's Margaret? Because she kind of reminded me of Margaret Thatcher.
Right? There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So Glenn Close is there, and she's the woman who kind of instituted the one-child rule. She's the woman who instituted CAB, the Child Allocation Bureau.
She looks like a witch.
She does look scary.
She
does look
does.
very, yeah.
When she's standing there in that room and the camera pans to her, I was like, ooh.
And you're not expecting her because she's like in charge of everything.
Yeah.
It's like, it was very weird. But she's there and she's like, 7 children taking up food and water from other people.
Yeah.
Like, your grandfather was selfish. Like, you're selfish. I'm so mad. I was so mad at her. And then Tuesday is trying to bargain with her, and she goes, "Please, I work at a bank. I can give you, I can give you money." And Glenn Close looks at her and says, "That's what the last one said."
And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And then you see a dude take out a knife, and then it cuts to the rest of the sisters.
And that's another time I was like, are you freaking kidding? Movies, people don't really ever die.
Yeah.
There's only really like one person who dies, and it's at the end.
Yeah,
I was
this
like, whoa. They're
right
like,
away.
really?
Yeah.
This is like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Okay, we're killing them?
Yeah, so this movie was 2 hours and 3 minutes, very long.
It was long.
Very long, but it kind of felt like...
I enjoyed it, though.
It really felt like nothing happened, but everything happened. Like, it felt very rushed for it being 2 hours. You know what I mean?
I see your point,
Like,
yes.
everything was just real quick, and then there was like a long, like, what really happened, and then real quick. It's like they could have just, let it happen.
I agree. And one of my points was, I think this would have been a really good TV series.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So we would have had more time to explore. I would have loved to see more of their like childhood and like growing up and really get to know each character. I feel like there could have been, I don't know. I wish it could be a TV series, and maybe it will, just like Snowpiercer was a movie, and now it's a TV series. So let's do that, TV networks.
I really liked Snowpiercer.
I
really
like that
liked
movie
it.
too.
It was so
That's
good.
disturbing.
I still haven't seen Parasite though. I really want to. It's the same director,
That
right?
is disturbing too.
Yeah.
We should. I'm down to watch it again.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
We're just only gonna watch things in Korean. But yeah, so we see like the rest of the siblings. Tuesday's bracelet has gone offline. Friday was like tracking it, and it's gone. So they're freaking out because they're like, well, obviously they're screwed.
Yeah, they're coming to get us.
They're coming to get us.
And they are.
And they are, yeah.
Because they kill the people kill Eddie. Poor Langston Hughes.
Yes, he did nothing.
I
Like,
know.
what did he do? And he gets shot in the head.
And you see it.
Like,
Oh my god,
that's
wild
another
to
thing
me.
I wrote down. The violence. Like,
Yeah,
they show you, and it's like, well, you're just not, I'm not expecting so many people that we care about to get killed.
Yeah.
Like,
I really liked Eddie. I was sad to see him
I
go.
know, like, why? Why did he get shot in the head?
Truly.
Yeah.
But
This is where Wednesday came in to shine.
yeah.
My girl.
So these 3 men come into the apartment that they have, and 4 of them hide, and then the 5th one is like hiding in the apartment and like getting stuff together.
Getting the weapon.
Is that Wednesday? That's Wednesday.
No, I think it was the really short hair.
Yeah,
girl,
it was
right?
Thursday.
Thursday. That's
Thursday
right.
was the one that was getting stuff together.
Okay.
And then
Wait,
oh
was
no.
it? No, it was
You're
the
right.
one who Karen. It was like the one who.
Yeah, that's Thursday.
Thursday had red hair.
No, that's Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
Tuesday has red hair. Okay, can we let's do a breakdown.
You're right.
No, you're right. This is confusing.
We don't know what kind of hair Monday has. It's just
I
like
just
Monday's
Monday's
I
hair
assume
is
hers
her.
was
Yeah.
hers was like the base of what they went off of. Is
Yeah.
what I would assume.
Then Sunday has long hair, right? I didn't mean to go backwards. I just okay. Monday has just the baseline hair.
Yes.
Tuesday has red hair,
That's right. Okay, I'm thinking.
and
yes.
Wednesday has like a bob.
Yeah, the like wavy.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Thursday's hair is short and cropped.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday has
Beanie.
long hair that she
The beanie.
wears a beanie and glasses.
Saturday's blonde.
Yeah. And then Sunday has long brown hair.
Sure. Okay. I don't. They
Sunday
didn't really
that
give
much.
her much of a.
Well, yeah, because
And I'm like, oh, that poor actress. And then I'm like, oh, wait. That's how good she did. They all
So
seem
well done.
different.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, they didn't give her any lines. Literally. But, okay, pause.
Yeah.
When we are talking about all these, she's the same person, 7 different people. They're interacting with each other a lot.
They're touching
It
each other.
looked
They're
flawless.
Oh my
amazing.
God, that was-
amazing.
yeah.
So I'm shocked that the finger bit looked a little fake. But they must have put all their money
Yeah.
into the scenes with all the 7
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
But it looked really good.
It did.
did.
It really did.
Like, you would never... I didn't see any flaws.
Yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
great.
It was
So
amazing.
Kudos.
to whoever the stand-ins were, honestly. I would
There's
name
probably
them.
a picture
Yeah.
of them all together. They probably look
Oh my
all the
God.
same.
So the people come into the apartment and they know exactly what button to push to open up the
Wow.
mirror
Mm-hmm.
that the 4 siblings are hiding behind.
Yeah.
And then they're taking them out, and Wednesday just comes in.
Oh, freaking.
Or Thursday.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, it's Thursday. Thursday comes in behind them.
Yeah, with a crowbar and just smacks the crap out of one of them.
I love that
And
for her.
a fight ensues.
A fight ensues. Here's the thing. This is the fight. I'm pretty sure I fast forwarded through some of it,
Yeah.
but I did get to the because Wednesday was just going crazy.
Oh yeah, no. Wednesday and Thursday would not want to be cornered in a back alley for sure.
No. Oh, dude.
They're
It
the
was a
strong
long fight.
ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually they're able to kind of fight off the attackers, but in the fight Sunday gets shot and
Yeah, and that
Sunday.
the one that
I'm
we
trying
don't
to
know.
remember
yeah,
this.
the one that you don't
She
really
did-
She
Yeah.
gets shot. Oh, and she's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to die.
Yeah,
Oh.
she says, I don't want to die. I think the exact quote was, I don't even know who I am.
Which is very sad.
Which I was like, oh.
Because
They didn't even give her a great death scene.
Yeah, we don't even know who you
First of
are.
all, I don't even. Maybe I was fast forwarding at this point, to be fair, but I don't even remember her being involved in the fight at all, or her getting shot. I don't remember that. All of a sudden, girl's just bleeding, laying on the ground.
Yeah, there were a lot of shots fired, so
Yeah.
somebody was gonna get shot,
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's really the first time that you're there's gonna
They're
be
going.
one left standing.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I
yeah.
wanted them all to... I guess
able
my
to-
idea was they would all
That's
be
what,
alive.
and they would find Monday and be happy.
Yes,
with
Yep,
fam. Yeah.
this where it took a turn. I was like, dang,
Truly.
okay, they're
Also,
dying.
I have to say, there was this man who was fighting Wednesday who called her the "see you next Tuesday" word.
I thought he did, but
He
I
did
didn't
twice.
know.
He said it twice, and
He
that
did.
was ugh.
And that's how we knew he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's the Nazi man. The Nazi man
Yeah.
called her the C word twice.
That's a lot because
That word
you
is
don't hear that
disgusting.
in
Ugh.
movies a lot.
No, I
Like-
was not expecting it. The first time they said it, I 10-second rewound that. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, sir.
I'm wondering, what kind of production company? Because, if it was, British, they use it a little bit more than
Yeah,
we
maybe.
do, but...
For some reason, I feel like it was Canadian.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it took me by
Look it up.
surprise. I hate that word.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
Yeah. It's literally there it is.
Ugh.
That's a strong use, my friend. So after this happens, obviously they know they are in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Big trouble. So Wednesday, the next day happens, and Wednesday goes out to figure out what's going down, and the first thing in the morning she runs to confront Jerry because they think Jerry's behind all of this.
Mm-hmm. I
And
thought
she
so too.
Oh my god, me too.
she pulls a gun on him, and he was like, oh, I've been waiting, you really waited until the last second.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that Jerry doesn't actually know their secret. He knows
A secret.
a secret.
But not their secret.
And a secret is that Karen Setman had a deal with Cab. And we don't know exactly what it is, but she basically transferred a bunch of money to Cab, and we don't know which Karen it is that did it.
Karens.
So
I will say, you know how you said you, like, knew it or whatever?
Yeah.
Then I kind of had an idea.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that could be it, but, like, probably not. Like, how could they if it was them? But,
literally, how could... I think that's what... I can't believe that.
I know.
Yeah. Against family, though. Against your
I
sisters.
know.
People you've literally been
You
with.
shared the womb with them.
You've shared the same person
Yeah.
for 30 years. They're 30 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's like...
It's insane.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't...
God.
Jerry dies.
Jerry dies. Jerry
Thank
gets
God.
sniped.
Again, shot in the head.
Shot in the head once again. You know what? I will say, looking at this movie through a feminist lens, wild that all of the men are the ones that get shot in the head, because in most movies with a male gaze, women are the ones that get shot in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a
Ew,
random
that's
media
disgusting.
fact. Yeah. Yeah. Look up Gail Simone.
That's very disturbing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
messed up.
payback.
Nazi guy and Cab come after Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They are like full force, like she is running from several officers.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
Because I was watching this at like 1.5 this speed. I was like, Wednesday is freaking booking it.
I wonder why.
She is so fast. And then I like realized, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
funny. I was like, she's really going.
That's hilarious. At one point, this is one of my favorite parts of this movie, is she's running through this tent city, right? Where there's a bunch of people, right, who obviously are living in tents, like, in a, undesignated area, which is crazy considering this one-child rule has been in place for 40 years, and obviously we still have like a homelessness problem, a housing insecurity problem, but that's neither here nor there. Malthusian theory is BS. So they see this girl running from Cab, and all of these dudes are like, nah, and they start throwing bricks at them, and they throw like fire, and they really said a cab ab. You know what I mean? they said bye.
Oh my God.
Love that.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite part of the movie. So Wednesday keeps on running, and she gets to this rooftop, and she's like, I can't do it. And Friday's talking in her ear, because they have like a two-way like connection that they can talk. And Friday's like, you have to do it. You can do it. You know that you can do it. It's for us. Like, it's to survive. And in my notes, I was like, this woman is so committed to surviving. And she backs up and she runs.
She freaking does it, dude. She tries to jump from building to building.
And I was like, she's gonna make it.
She would have succeeded.
She would have made it, except Nazi guy was on the other roof and just shot her.
Mid-air.
And you see her body like...
Dude, that was like...
contract.
Death, I think.
Yeah.
That like really like...
Here's the thing about it. It was awful. It was awful. But after he shot her, she was still holding on to the ledge.
Yeah, she holds on to the ledge.
And he looks at her, and this is the Mufasa Scar moment. He literally looks down at her and like shoots her in the head.
In the head,
and she falls off the building.
Variety in the shots, maybe the killings, because it's all in the head.
Well, I mean, Sunday was in the chest. That was on accident, but...
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then she literally falls to her death, and her siblings are watching. Like, she has a camera attached somewhere, and they literally just see her fall.
Mm-hmm. And while this is happening, I think it's important to say, back at home base, freaking Adrian or whatever comes on in.
Yeah.
Like...
The guard, the cab guard, Adrian.
Yeah, looking for... one of the sisters.
Yeah,
looking for Karen.
Looking for Karen.
Right. Excuse me.
Yes, because he saw Karen at the headquarters for Cab, and it was Tuesday being brought in.
Yes.
And he said, "Oh, I was worried because I saw you at the headquarters." And he starts talking to Saturday, and he's like, "You changed your hair."
Oblivious.
And she was like, "Yes." Like, I just wanted to try something new. So Adrian's, I guess, like waiting for her, and they kiss, and then he like chokes her.
And she's like, "Don't."
She pushed him off, and he was so confused. He was like, I thought you liked it." I was like, okay, Karen. All right, not vanilla here. Good for you, friend. Whichever Karen it may be.
Exactly. Different Karen on a different day.
So, so she's like, just give me a minute. And she goes to talk to Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
And she's like, what should I do? And Friday's like, oh, I'm going to have it so that you can, like, get his information from his bracelet so that we can, like, get into the cab database. And she's like, oh, but he wants to F me. and Thursday was like, well, go.
She's like, you're Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't you be doing this
Yeah.
every weekend? Like, what are you doing on Saturday? The rest of us have to go to sleep to go to work.
Yeah. So...
But she's never Saturday.
Yeah, you don't have to work on a Saturday. Well, she does sometimes. She, like, entertains clients.
Oh, yeah, she said do that.
Yeah.
But Saturday has never
No.
had that experience before.
Yeah, Saturday surprise.
And they were
surprise.
shocked.
You're that's the thing. Don't judge a book by its
Yeah,
cover, even if it's
exactly.
your septuplet sister.
I'm surprised they're not more open about those things. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, okay, maybe not. That's probably the only private part they would have in their life.
Yeah.
Because they have to share everything else.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know, though, because you kind of have to tell, like, who you've hooked up with. So
Yeah.
that, like, if you see them on the street and they're like,
It's not like a
Karen, and you're like,
Yeah.
maybe that just immediately forget your one-night stands. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I don't think they'd be sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah.
Really not. So, well, Saturday leaves with Adrian. They go off. Should we talk about it? There's a scene
I don't know if we have to.
where it happens, right? And she like puts the bracelet near his arm while he's distracted.
There's so many things I
And-
could say, but I'm not.
Here's the thing. You would know. Not only would you know
would know.
because that's a virgin, but also, like, just because you're, like, identical doesn't mean you're identical in that way.
Yeah.
You know
What
what
do
I
you
mean?
mean? What do you mean?
Like, your style. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
your style.
When you're being intimate with someone.
Yes, their
It's gonna be
style, their
different.
flair.
It's going to be different, you know?
He's
And
a man.
He's a man.
Well, obviously
You know what?
don't care. Whatever.
Adrian.
I mean, no matter how good Adrian is, he's still
still a
one
man.
of them.
Still a man.
So, you know,
I'm just saying.
You're in the heat of the
like,
moment.
You really gotta switch between a Karen that likes to be choked and a Karen that is clearly a virgin? Sure. Go for it.
but it would be so. I mean, that was probably the last thing that could cross his mind is that there's siblings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
30-year-old
Yeah.
siblings. So
You're
you're
right.
probably, it's an
Right.
off day.
Yeah.
Fair.
She had a long day at work.
Well, she gets the information
Yeah.
and...
And then she dies. Long
yeah.
story short.
Adrian leaves and she's just chilling
Ugh.
in his apartment
And then she gets shot.
She gets shot.
And everyone sees her get shot.
Yeah.
In the head!
In the head again. Yeah.
And she literally is on video chat with her siblings, and
She-
she goes to say, I love, and she gets shot in the head.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It is. It's just so, like, every time one of them would get killed, I would be so sad. Because I'm like, ugh, now we're, like, whittling it down. At this point, there's, what, 4 of them left?
No.
We think?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
there's
we
a
don't-
couple we don't know
Yeah,
about.
we don't know about Monday or Tuesday.
2?
so-
3?
Nope. Spoilers for that. It's fine. So there's technically 2 people left that they know
Friday.
of. Friday and Thursday.
yeah.
Basically, they see that like people are coming up the stairs trying to get them, including Nazi guy, and they're like, we gotta go. And Friday wants to transfer information into their bracelet so that they have like the proof that this money was being sent to Cayman. We find out that money was being sent to Glenn Close's character, like to fund a political campaign, essentially.
Yeah.
Like Friday wants to get this information onto their bracelet so that they have the information that they can spread it out. These people are coming up the stairs and Thursday like pulls her out and they're running down the fire escape, and then Thursday goes down first and Friday pulls the ladder up and runs back upstairs and transfers the files, but before she transferred the files to Thursday's bracelet, she like turned on all the gas for like the oven to
Yeah.
have the gas going, and she microwaved like spray paint cans
Yeah.
to like wipe out
Blow it
everybody.
up.
Yeah, that's supposed to be there. And I was so ready for this, not because of Friday, right? But so that Nazi guy would finally be done, right? I was like, he was at the door.
Oh my god.
He was ready to go
That's
in.
what I said. He doesn't die.
And he doesn't die. He survives the explosion.
Oh, dang,
I literally said, how has shitty white supremacist guy not died yet?
Yeah.
I just need to know.
Dang, I guess I didn't realize that. Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
What the? How?
He survives an explosion that literally, like the entire top of the building.
The entire
exploded.
floor.
Yeah.
And you know how we were, like, seeing everybody die? We also kind of saw, like, the fire, like,
Pushing
hit
her face.
And like...
Oh, that was rough.
That was rough.
Yeah. And, of course, Thursday is watching this and just, like, sits in the ash and, like, cries because she thinks she's the last one at this point.
Yeah.
So horrible.
Yeah.
I thought that was very beautiful with the ash and the fire coming down.
Yeah.
And her crying. I like that shot.
I was literally, like, yelling at my mom. I was like, she bought her time and she's not going.
I know, she should have, because doesn't she, like, fall on the ground? She, like,
Yeah.
puts her face on the ground. I'm like, okay, you kind of gotta go, girl.
You gotta go. And Adrian hears that, you know, this apartment that he thinks his girlfriend Karen lives in exploded.
We need to go back because in the midst of this entanglement between Saturday and Adrian, after it's done, what does she say? Where he says something about, he says, I want to see you all the time, not just on one day of the week, on Mondays.
Yeah.
So we realize that Monday has been hooking up with Adrian every Monday, and no one knew that.
That's right.
So that's important.
That is. Truly.
Okay, back to where we were.
So Adrian drives to the thing and they won't let him up and he just like wants to see Karen. Like he's like, oh, like that's my girlfriend and she's exploded. And he like goes back into his car and Thursday's in the car and she's
ready to kill.
like she has a broken piece of glass and she's like, you did this, like you sent us up the river and he's like, Karen. Like, he has no idea what's happening.
Like, oh my god, this girl has a different hairstyle again. What the hell?
And so she kind of explains to him what's going on and he's like, well, how do we fix this? Like, how do we fight Cab? And she's like, we're gonna use me. And she pretends to be her sister's dead body to get into the headquarters. And he like pushes her to this room and it's the cryo room. And my mom literally looked at me and went, why would a dead body go to the cryo room? And I went, because it's not a cryo room.
Oh my god. I was shocked. Sam, we already know you knew. Right?
It was Urinetown. So we see this small child get put into the thing.
Aww.
And like
That's too much.
Yeah, they gave her like an anesthetic so she fell asleep and then we see this woman like turn on the machine and at first you think it's just like freezing her. But then you see like electricity and flames.
Fire!
She's been cremated.
Burned. Yeah, literally cremated.
At this point, it was when I realized that I would also be burned in this thing.
Yeah,
What?
because we're both oldest siblings. Sammy's not.
Oh hell yeah! No,
Dude, I literally went to my mom. I was like, "Oh my god, Sammy wouldn't make it. Would it be me, Grae, and Steve?
Wow. Next we catch my brother on the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's
Don't
sad.
even think about it.
I literally, right when that happened, I like paused it and had like this crisis for a second, and I was like, "What if this was right now? I'd be like in hiding." Oh. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
or I'd be
I
dead.
would hide with you.
Oh my god,
Thank
totally.
you so much. I would Friday for you, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, that really took me a couple minutes to like get past that.
I wasn't even thinking about that in my own personal life. Maybe because I just subconsciously knew I would be sad.
Yeah, probably. Here's the thing, like, I am an oldest sibling, but I'm me, and we all just heard my little rant. I don't think I would make it past the first couple of years. They'd be like, we gotta quote unquote cryo chamber this.
You'll be the one keeping us like.
I'd be ready to throw bricks.
Oh hell yeah! I would be.
Grae's like, I'm the protector.
I would be the brick thrower. But who's in the bag? Thursday. Thursday's in the bag, and she gets her little wristlet to take a video of the
child being burned.
cremation. Yeah. Yes. So that is important.
Yeah. And they really didn't like step away from that either. You fully saw a child like be set on fire.
It is like
a little girl
graphic.
that you've seen like playing and like all of these things.
Yeah, that was a lot. Normally I don't really get like movies that have like stuff like that, like murders and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but like this one we're really like
same, honestly. I knew it was gonna happen and I still was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So Thursday like pops out of her body bag and like fights off the lady, puts her in the cremation chamber without any like anesthetic. So she's like pounding on it as she's being burned alive, which is
she felt it. She felt it.
Yeah.
Karma's a bitch.
And Adrian like gets rid of the other one, I think. Right?
Yeah, he stabbed him with the thing.
The syringe.
Yeah.
So
what happens?
Oh, they go and find Tuesday.
Yeah. Because they thought it was Monday. Yeah. They got security footage from Adrian's bracelet when Saturday had like hooked it up to each other. And they thought it was Monday in this chamber.
But okay, before in the movie,
Yeah.
they found one of their eyeballs in somebody's bag, and so they saw that it was Tuesday's eyeball. So I think they were like, Tuesday's dead.
Yeah.
So obviously they would think this is Monday, regardless of anything else.
Yeah.
They're like Tuesday,
because they didn't see like that she was missing an eye.
Yeah,
she like, curled up.
Yeah.
So they go into this chamber and Adrian's like, it's
Karen!
And she's like, who are you? I don't know you.
And then who is it? Thursday's like comforting her, but then Adrian, doesn't he come back and he's like, Karen, where's Karen? And I'm like, Adrian, can you calm down?
Yeah, he
like,
really,
you need to just stay away, because I'm kind of annoyed with you. Like, shut up. Let these sisters hug each other. Everyone's dead. She doesn't have an eye. And you're worried about Karen. Her name's not even Karen, but I was like, Adrian, calm down a little bit.
Calm down,
because you're kind of, you ain't the main character, so shut up. That kind of annoyed me. I was like,
yeah, no, I agree. He was very
like, only caring about Karen. When meanwhile, Karen
has 6 other sisters.
Yeah.
Well, she did. She did.
So we realize like Tuesday's there, and they're like, so what? They said
What
the name of the thing.
I like that. And it
What
sounded
happened to
very
Monday?
natural.
I love when they do that.
It's that they slipped it in very naturally.
They did,
And I was like, ooh.
So they you pan over to Glenn Close in her office, and there's Monday.
And I had a jaw drop. I was
Me
like,
too. Oh my god.
Sam did not.
No, Sam knew this was happening from the very beginning. It's fine. It's cool.
I think I watched just like a lot of sci-fi movies and like mysteries and stuff, so I noticed that. I don't know.
I know, how could you
on her
do that?
sisters.
I mean, statistically, one of them had to be awful.
Oh, yeah. And it makes sense that it was Monday, for sure.
I mean, Mondays
but,
suck, so.
Oh, Mondays suck.
Today's Monday.
I hate Mondays, but it was just like...
That was very shocking.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah. So we find out that Monday made a deal, sent all this money to Glenn Close's character to be the only Karen Sandman, to be the only one. Basically, is it like there's this entire gala going on for Glenn Close to be like part of Senate or something, where she can push the one-child agenda some more.
Well, no, it kind of changed. She wanted it to be basically only rich, well-off people could have a baby, and then she's like, oh, then you might be able to have more than one kid. You'll have to get your tests. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're
that's
evolving even worse.
Eugenics. That's what I'm saying. It's very bad. So we see Thursday like put on the Karen Setman like get up to go into this gala, and she goes to the bathroom, and that's when Monday walks in.
Yes,
they're both wearing like color block dresses. Like,
very similar.
The ugliest dress I've ever seen. I wrote that down. I said ugly dress, damn. That thing, not flattering. And
You know, she's
Disgusting.
beautiful, and like they could have picked a better.
They could have, because one
She
of them
looked
had
like a
long
weather.
Oh my
person.
god.
Yes.
Is that how we were supposed to know who was who?
Yeah,
But-
because-
oh my god, because someone had a long sleeve and then what?
But it was still hard.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
didn't know. I had no
Oh.
idea.
Well,
and I think that was the point,
See,
to
I
get
think-
you confused towards the end when she walks back
Sam
into the
doesn't
thing.
agree.
I noticed it because Monday had like pinks, like a pink color block, whereas
Yes.
like Thursday didn't, and that's how I was able to differentiate them.
See, I noticed that, but
I
then
did
once they get
too.
to fighting,
Yeah, they were
it's-
freaking throwing
you
hands,
just forget.
Yeah.
So I think
There's
they
so
made
much
it a little
going on.
different,
Mhm.
but like
Yeah, because one had long sleeves and one had short sleeves, and
Yeah.
I was like,
when she got
Right.
up, well, when one of them got up to go into the gala,
They put a blazer on.
Yeah,
so-
you
yeah,
didn't
because
know
you didn't know
who
who it was.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, so they end up fighting, and
Oh.
a gun goes off, and they're just like on top of each other, staring at each other, and you don't know which one got shot.
Yeah.
And then the survivor walks into the gala, and Glenn Close is done talking, and we find out that it's Thursday, and she plays the video of the girl being set on fire. Pretty crazy.
Which, I don't know. The fact that they were all okay with the cryotherapy in the first place, I feel like that's not a big stretch to go to the
Yeah.
killing by fire. Like,
Yeah.
you were all okay with
And
cryotherapy?
freaking that chick just like faints on faints. She doesn't really faint.
Like, they didn't suffer. They didn't suffer. Like, you don't know. You don't know if they suffered.
Yes, they
You
did. They
have-
suffer because they're dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's... What?
Like, why don't you do it then?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we find out that Monday survived the shooting, and
Yeah,
like
comes,
she
I must start crawling. She wasn't crawling.
yeah,
But comes,
she was like staggering.
Yeah.
Staggering out. And Nazi guy is there,
Ugh.
and he goes to shoot one of
I
them,
remember.
but
Yeah.
Adrian shoots him, and Nazi guy's finally dead.
Finally.
Finally.
Thank God.
But Monday's dying.
And I was not mad at it, because I
Honestly,
hated
no,
Monday at
she
this
was a
point.
bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, that could have been the end, and we would have
Yes.
been fine.
that would have been such a good ending.
It would have been such a good ending, because this was the one thing that I didn't expect in this movie, and
They got
pissed-
you.
It pissed me off.
Who would have
So
expected
bad.
it, you know?
She
it had nothing
literally-
to do with any of
We
I
have
guess it's her reason why she did what she did.
we have a mirroring of Thursday holding Sunday as she dies, so Thursday's holding Monday as she dies, and instead of saying like, you know, her regrets or whatever, she goes, "Don't let them take them," and then she puts her hand on her stomach.
Ugh.
And we find out as Monday is dying that she's pregnant.
And that's why she literally killed
All of her siblings.
all of her sisters. She couldn't just go to them and say, hey, I'm pregnant. Like,
yeah.
let's, you know, no communication or having a chat. Like, I'm sure they would have understood. But no, she killed them all so her babies could live and she could be with Adrian. She fell in love, pretty much. She said, she's like, oh, I fell in love with Adrian. Okay, girl, we've all been there, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Family over everything. Unless your family sucks.
In
But
which case,
you
like-
can make your own family. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, maybe that's what she was trying to do. I don't know.
Not
I didn't
with a
like
man.
it.
what do you mean? Sisterhood.
I feel like this is so different from us talking about crash landing on you, where we're like, Captain
We love
Ray! Captain Ray will do anything for you. I was like, men.
That's because Captain Ray was respectful and this movie was misogynistic.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, and she didn't, like, kill her whole family. And they did nothing
And
to
her-
her.
yeah, and-
They were
yeah.
good sisters.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
so
That would have been like if in Crash Landing on You, the brother and the sister-in-law were like, oh, but we did it for our babies. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, like, were they trying to redeem her? Because I feel like at the end,
They
the
must have
sisters and
been.
Adrian were like, oh, they were like, this is why she did it. And I'm like, I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
And can we talk about that ending where the freaking, like,
Yeah.
babies are in this...
yeah.
Cryo cancer.
Let's go to
This
it.
girl was not even... You couldn't tell she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And then these babies wouldn't have survived
Okay,
that.
so here's the thing. There was time. Time had passed. We see a close-up of Glenn Close talking about how her only regret is that they won't be able to see the future that they could have built together.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
she's up for the death penalty, right? Isn't that
yeah,
what
yeah.
the thing?
And which is, like,
But she was
good.
talking like she wasn't even, like,
Yeah.
in, like,
Yeah.
being contained. Like, she's just, like, out free, like,
That was
having a
very
little
weird.
press conference.
Yeah.
And then
That's fine.
we flash to Adrian Tuesday and Thursday, like, sitting there, and Tuesday has, like, a new eye, and
Good
Adrian
for
says,
her.
like, oh, I like your new eye.
Yeah.
Kind of silly. And he calls her Tuesday, and she goes, it's actually
Terry?
Terry, yeah.
Good
Terry.
for her.
And then he looks at
Ugh.
Thursday, and he goes, well, what's your name? And she goes, Karen Setman. I wouldn't have kept that.
No.
I feel like that's a little traumatizing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially, like, this man thought he was dating this Karen woman, and
Yeah.
now she's like, that's who I am.
That's who
I thought that was weird.
That's very strange. Yeah.
Is she gonna keep
I
those
think-
babies?
So that's the thing. We see the babies in the incubator. I think
Wow.
they had been in an incubator for a while. That they were, going through. It felt very Brave New World to me. Where like the babies were like out of utero.
Oh yeah, and the one child rule is now abolished.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
yeah.
child rule is abolished, and I think that Thursday took the Karen Setman name because she didn't want it so bad. You know what I mean? Like, it was supposed to be like their twisted form of character development, but it didn't really work out.
Like, I get that. but-
Yeah. We see the babies in the incubator, and then it pans out to all of these like newborns being like put into different like bassinets, and then you hear this like crescendo of babies crying, and I was like, what was the thesis of your movie? You're trying to tell me that you were super like against this one baby thing, and then all of a sudden, like, ominously we hear a million babies crying? That's
A lot of pregnant ladies came out of hiding.
yeah.
Oh yes,
Clearly.
they did say that.
It just
Yeah, the ending was very disappointing.
Well, yeah, because they were all dead. I thought they
Oh,
would have
well,
a happy
yeah.
ending and be living together and have their own lives.
yeah.
We only got 2.
I wonder why they picked Tuesday and Thursday. I wonder if that was like...
I don't know. I think it is interesting, like, how did those two survive out of the rest of them? Especially Tuesday, because really the only thing that we know about her is that she was,
The pot lady.
yeah, she ate pot brownies. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about this. So in their apartment, they had this mirror that would like tell them like their flaws basically, and I was like, don't want that.
Horrifying. Yeah, no,
Don't
thank
want
you.
that. But it was specifically so that they could wear makeup in a way that you could continually
They were all
look
the same,
like
yeah.
Karen, but not a fan of that.
No.
But the mirror literally went, eyes bloodshot due to drug use. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, the baby part, I felt that was a bit much.
Yeah,
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
completely.
I mean, I guess I kind of like...
Maybe if they would have added that, like, somewhere dropped in there, like, talking about, like, what about our own family? Like, they never, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I wish it could have been longer. I feel like a TV show would
Yeah.
be, or a mini-series. Maybe a mini-series.
would have been good.
Yeah.
That would have been really, I mean, you can still do it, television execs. I know you're listening to this podcast right now, so
Clearly.
that would be so good. A mini-series,
Yeah.
that would have been so good. I think that could have, like...
Yeah, and it could have maybe touched on some of the issues that I had with it,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, it needs to be a mini-series.
Okay, so that was what happened on Monday. What do you guys rate it?
Yo, I didn't
Let's
even
hear
think
your
that-
rating
yeah.
first. How about that?
Okay.
Really quick before you do this, Sam just wants to say that she's upset that she rated Mulan so high.
Yeah.
The live action one.
What'd you
so,
rate it?
I rated it a 42.
Because she thought that set a,
I
like a
think
standard
yeah,
for...
because I don't think that this was worse than live action Mulan,
Right.
but I do
Be
think
truthful.
that,
Say your truth.
but I do think that it deserves to be in the 40s.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna give it like a 45. I think here's the thing. This is super like just me. I don't like the premise that it was based on.
Yeah.
So there were parts of it that I was like intrigued by, but a lot of it I just didn't really care about.
I feel that.
I get that.
See, I obviously do not like the premise, and I don't want that to happen ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think that I thought it was cool. The 7 sextuplets?
Septuplets.
Septuplets. I just thought it was really cool. Well, only one of them could go out on each day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never heard heard of a movie doing that before.
Yeah.
So I thought the concept was cool, not in anything that I support, but just unique. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So, I'd say like high 70s.
Okay.
Low 80s. I don't know if I can give a number, but high 70s, low 80s.
Like C plus B minus territory.
Yeah, I'd say B minus. Because I really did enjoy it. Like, I was into it the whole time, and it was a long movie, but I felt like it went by fast.
Fair.
Yeah. I agree. I think the concept of the movie was very cool. I don't think it was executed as well as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not expecting the movie to go in that direction. I genuinely thought it was just going to be everybody searching for their sister. I wasn't expecting all these deaths and stuff. So I was kind of disappointing. I don't know. I would probably give it like a 65. Because, like, I liked it. It was, like, okay, but it wasn't, like, super great. I have a short attention span, so that 2 hours was really rough for me.
Yeah.
Even on 1X speed.
Yeah.
How long was it on 1X? Like,
I finished
an hour and a half?
In an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, that's still
It didn't really. I know. I thought it would. And I was like.
Well, you gotta think about it. If it's a 2-hour movie and it's 2 times the speed, it would be 1 hour. So if it's 1.5 times the speed.
I liked it the most.
You did.
I did. I liked it.
And that's
I was just
fine.
so and what's her name? Rooney?
Numi Rapace.
Numi. I'm
That's
thinking
really
of Rooney
funny.
Mara.
Yeah, who played Lisbeth Salander in the English version.
Numi.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just couldn't. I think that pumped it up because I was like,
she
oh my
was
god,
great.
she's literally so freaking perfect.
Yeah,
I couldn't stop looking at her.
Amazing. Literally, I will say she was the best part of the movie.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's a big part of the movie, clearly, but
I
yeah.
think I need to go watch more of her movies because I love her accent. We are a pro-female podcast. Can't tell.
Pro-female, pro-Captain Ree.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. Well, what a journey. I'm glad we watched it, though.
Yeah. Thanks to the TikTok.
Yeah,
thanks,
shout out to that
Sammi.
girl.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess it's time to talk about the next movie that we're gonna talk about. It's Twilight.
Woo! Everyone's favorite film.
Oh my
Honestly?
god. Hold
Yeah.
tight, spider monkey.
I was gonna say, Team Edward or Team Jacob. We'll find out.
Yes. My opinions changed
Me
as an
too.
adult.
As an adult.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, yeah. Mine too. But
Yeah.
maybe not in the same way.
I'm excited. That'll be a good
too.
one. I'm sure there'll be lots of opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god. Can't wait. This is gonna be great.
Take me back to like middle school days. I'm excited. Fully excited.
Oh, it'll be awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. We've been easily entertained and we hope you have been too.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye guys.